Next, we are looking at Dungeons of Dusk. You might have heard about this one, a few months ago, sometime last year. We're getting a Dusk dungeon crawler crossover. So this ought to be interesting. 68K Studios has a few dungeon crawlers under their belt. Now the thing is, they generally seem to trend positive, but on almost every single one of these, I think, I can find reviews that say, like, it's very grindy, or, like, the overall experience is too more cumbersome than it should be. So I'm a little skeptical here, but also, like, you know that New Blood's gonna be involved. You know that, like, I presume that the developers of Dusk are gonna be involved to an extent and have a say in how this is handled. So, you know, I hope for good things out of this. We're gonna give this demo a try, because I'm definitely curious. And dungeon crawlers are a thing that I haven't done a whole lot of, haven't played a whole lot of, but I've been kind of curious to spend my time with some of them, and, like, this is probably a little, like, less, not necessarily hardcore, but less, like, dungeon crawler in the strict sense, where you have, like, the whole party of 4 people front and back and all that stuff going on. It looks like you're a solo character in this, judging by the looks of things. It looks like it does kind of have, you know, some influences from the Dusk FPS, which I played several years ago at this point. I am wondering what morale is, though. But let's read about it. Dungeons of Dusk is a classic turn-based dungeon-crawling RPG that takes place canonically between the episodes of the cult classic FPS. Are you worthy? Alright, let's, so this does say it's gonna release this year. It also already says it's Steam Deck verified. It did release the demo, like, right when Next Fest started. So it was very much lined up for this Next Fest event. Dungeons of Dusk is a classic turn-based dungeon-crawling RPG that takes place canonically between the episodes of the cult classic. That's what the same thing it said up at the top. A 30-level campaign with character progression and NPCs. So I feel like, don't dungeon crawlers kind of vary in terms of, like, whether they're distinct, you know, linear levels, or whether you can go back and forth? I guess I played a little bit of Legend of Grimrock, which I can't even remember if that was multi-character or single-character. I kind of thought it was single-character, though. But that I remember there being, like, floors that you could go back and forth between. Endless Arena mode to test your mettle. Boss Rush mode to test your wits. Survival mode to test your sanity. New enemies to mess with your head. Familiar foes to eat your lead. This is Dusk RPG. Are you worthy? Set beneath Dusk, and that's actually the page is actually pretty short. You don't even have, like, the read more expansion, like the CTA that's normally at the bottom. Well, shoutouts to Windows 7, and also every other, wait. Windows 7/8/9/10/11. There's one problem here. Windows 9 didn't exist, right? Like, they skipped 9. They just went to 10. Processor, anything that turns on. Well, this is you've installed Doom on your toaster. This is the next thing to install on it, apparently. Graphics. Yes, the game has graphics. See, this is interesting to me because I didn't know you were allowed to say things like this in this text field. Storage, 200 megabytes. Sound card. PCs still have those? I mean, yeah, I guess they're commonly integrated, or in my case, I use a set of USB speakers that is the sound device. But, like, yes, your game is supposed to have sound. I hope it does. We know it has sound because everybody got blasted out of existence when I started up the game before because the branding screens were really loud. Additional notes, you can run this game. Recommended Windows 11. Processor, anything made in the last decade. Graphics, you don't need a GPU. Storage, 200 megabytes, again. Sound card, why are you still reading these? Additional notes, turn around, muhaha. Okay. That is the entire store page. So, let me capture the game. And I guess we'll stop the music. And let's see, where is it? I guess it's that. Yeah, there it is. Wait a second. Now that I'm capturing it, I get sound even if I'm alt-tabbed out. That's a new one on me. So if I hide this window, does the sound stop again? No. I'm really confused because when I alt-tabbed out, the sound stopped, but now it doesn't stop anymore, so... Okay. Anyway, let's go look at settings. So this menu does work with both controller and mouse. You can use the arrow keys as well. I'm definitely gonna have to scale down the volume. Why would you do that? You clearly have slider controls, but you decided not to use slider controls for the music and sound volume. Also, what the heck happened? That was weird. I tried to go back to keyboard control. You can't use left and right for the music and sound volume. You have to use... You can only toggle it in one direction in increments of 10. There's also no, like, overall volume setting. Alright, I want to make sure this isn't too loud. Although the music is probably fine. Yeah, that's already pretty loud, actually. I can't really get a preview of what the voice volume sounds like. I'll leave it at 90. The weird thing is when you switch between using either the keyboard or the gamepad for menu input and mouse, it jerks around the entire menu. And then with mouse, you can either drag to scroll, which... The thing that surprised me about this is that, like, it isn't just... You would think that this frame is like an overlay, and so the background wouldn't move, like the lattice background back here, but no, that does move. The entire thing is one layer. Also, if you drag too far away from the scroll bar, it doesn't work. And then when you come back into it, it immediately updates to your position. Like, this UI is very, very rudimentary. And then if you use the scroll wheel, I think that works. It jumps by kind of a lot. So that's a bit jarring. If you're using the... I think it's independently remembering where I left off with the keyboard versus where I left off with the mouse. I think, yeah, because, like, that's where I left off with the keyboard. With the keyboard or the gamepad... Wait, what? Why is the menu no longer scroll? Oh, because the menu scrolls with the right stick when you use gamepad. And it's also very janky scrolling. Like, it keeps, like, jittering up and down. What on earth? Doesn't give me a good starting impression when the UI is this jank. But they do have some nice accessibility settings. So they've got larger font size. What's funny is this is the second game this week that when you turn on larger font size, it doesn't actually make it that much larger. Although actually, I don't know, this is... The font size change on the right-hand side here seems more appreciable than on the left-hand side there. Then there's high readability font. I was expecting it to change to sans serif, or maybe even, maybe, just maybe, Atkinson Hyperlegible. No, it just changes to a different serif font. I mean, I can see where, like, yes. Well, so there are a couple of good things to say about the font that it switches to. Because the stems are thicker. So, like, you're less likely to get, like, see how, like, the top of the T nearly disappears? So, like, this is a little more evenly weighted. The other thing that I find interesting is that the headings on the left-hand side are no longer all caps, which is arguably easier to read. But that is not true on the right-hand side at all, so that's, like, inconsistently applied, and I don't know if that's because the localization strings are literally title case here and all uppercase here when they shouldn't be hard-coded in all caps in order for the high readability font to work. But yeah, I guess for now I'll leave it on the default font, but I'll leave it on the larger font size because that's probably beneficial to stream viewers anyway, since I downscale to 720. You've got a remove flashes option. I might come back and turn that on. Mouse movement icons. I don't know what this means. I also don't know whether I want to play with gamepad or keyboard, actually. Show missed shots. I'm curious what that means. So maybe we'll turn these on just so I can find out what they mean. Attack details is already on. Automap opacity. This starts at low, but you can set it to mid or high. I'm surprised you can't set it to, like, fully opaque. Unless that's what high does. Field of view, interestingly, is expressed in terms of plus or minus. Oh, okay, it's only ever plus. And show grid, off or on. We'll keep that off for now. So you've got gamepad vibration and gamepad commands help. I don't know if that's that it, like, actually labels actions with, like, gamepad icons or something. I might want to turn this off if I'm not going to use the gamepad, but I kind of want to test both ways. Alright, so, interestingly, with keyboard... Oh, you know what? Part of the reason why the menu feels different on gamepad is it changes this entire section of the menu. Which is kind of awkward to do on the fly when you're in the menu, but it's basically, you know, one of those games where it auto-detects input as soon as it receives it. So on keyboard you can rebind. On gamepad I don't think you can. But we've got movement keys, we've got rotate keys. Run, hold plus forward. So I assume that means you can't run in any other direction. Auto run, which I guess just keeps making you move forward. That's on period, though, which is on the other side of the keyboard. Why would you do that? You've got shoot, which, interestingly, yeah, they actually have this laid out so that you can use keyboard only if you want. That kind of makes sense, given the kind of game it is. Skip turn, so you can just sit in place. Use item, use techniques, character screen, open map, change weapon. I don't know whether that's middle click or if that's scroll wheel in a specific direction or either direction or what. Special, hold plus shoot. Interact is on left click, but so is shoot. Is it gonna be a problem that the same binding is both shoot and interact on mouse? Change item, change technique, and technique was F, right? Yeah, so the change buttons are right next to the use buttons. Then we've got look down. Okay. And you do have a restore default there. You've also got, like, restore default values for the stuff up there and erase all data. Let me switch to the gamepad so we can see what the controls for that look like. Because, yeah, here we just have a diagram. They could really stand to show the D-pad as, like, an actual, like, cross shape rather than just a bigger circle. Because, like, depending on what kind of controller you have, you don't know what this is, like, showing. But the fact that it says open/close map press means that that's actually the analog, so, like, this is depicting a PlayStation controller layout with an outline shaped more like, I don't know, that seems more, the outline seems more shaped like an Xbox controller to me. But an Xbox controller doesn't have the D-pad down there on the left side, so that's confusing. You've got character screen on the back button, pause menu on the menu button, strafe left and right. Actually, that's a good point. How did they word that up here? Yeah, no, they worded that the same way. Where's the combo button? The combo button is the confirm button, and then I'm assuming, yeah, that gets used both for consumable and for technique, which are off of the shoot and special buttons. Was special right-click? Yeah, special was right-click, but it also says hold and shoot. And then what was use item was... So, actually, yeah, that's weird. This is, well, this is select consumable and use consumable. I assume that's select item and use item. They didn't even phrase these consistently between the keyboard bindings and the controller diagram. I feel like I'm gonna be better off just using keyboard. I feel like I'm gonna, like, forget the bumpers and triggers and what exactly they do. And for that matter, it's actually slightly confusing. Like, I assume that shoot and special are the triggers and strafe are the bumpers, but, like, the way that this diagram is drawn, it's a little hard to tell. Like, normally you would draw the triggers as, like, protruding further out vertically. So yeah, that controller diagram feels like it kind of could use work. I don't know if that's a... I don't know if these parts of the UI are holdovers from the developers' previous games. Again, given that they've got multiple games under their belt already, the fact that the UI is this rough should probably be concerning to me. Oh, one thing I was curious about, though, is does look down show up on here anywhere? Oh, yeah, you press the right stick to look down. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like the gamepad controls are going to be confusing. I already played one demo today that I managed to get really confused by the gamepad controls, so let's not do that again. Alright, there's a guide. Oh, look at all this. Gameplay basics. Dungeons of Dusk is a turn-based game. The player and the enemies act in alternating phases. These actions count as a turn. Moving, attacking, using a consumable, using a technique, reloading weapons. Reloading, yeah, okay, reloading counts as a turn. Interacting with an object, doors, switches, etc. Changing the direction you are facing and changing weapons will not advance to the next turn. It's funny that changing weapons won't, but reloading will. You can also decide to let the turn pass without taking any action in order to wait for an enemy's moves. Remember that at any moment, except for in survival mode, you can save and load your game from the pause menu. To quick save your progress, you can press F6 or... That's saying... Oh, because A is the combo button, right? Yeah, so that's just showing both types of controller prompts, regardless of which... Like, this screen is not input sensitive, other than the bottom left corner. Okay. But yeah, that's actually interesting that they think about quick save and quick load, even on controllers. Exploring the dungeon. Dungeons contain traps. You know what I'm gonna do? Hang on. For the sake of reading that screen, let's actually do the high readability font. I want to see... Yeah, so see, all of this is not all caps. So the fact that this is still all caps seems like a blatant bug. Right, we want to go to guide. Right, so then this is also not all caps now, which arguably makes it easier to read. Dungeons contain traps and secrets, enemies, and treasures. 2 important resources can be recovered by exploring the corridors of the dungeons: gold and scrap. Gold you've collected increases morale and can be used to purchase goods and services. I can't... Why does gold increase morale, buddy? I feel like that should be the opposite. Fuck capitalism. Scrap instead must be taken to the weaponsmith, who will use them to improve the player's weapons. Each weapon can be upgraded 5 times. The last level of upgrade unlocks a unique feature for each weapon. In order to upgrade a weapon to the maximum level, you will need to find a blueprint specific to that type of weapon. During your exploration, you may meet other characters ready to offer you help, often in exchange for something. I have to wonder whether the weapons are going to be, like, dedicated one per slot, the way that it would be in Dusk, in a classic FPS, or if you're going to find new weapons all over the place, more like, an ARPG like Diablo or whatever. Or, because, like, I would think that in dungeon crawlers in general, you're going to be picking up, like, just widely varying weapons. Multiple per weapon class, so to speak. Combat mechanics. Notice that they all capsed the things on the left here, too. These are the... And also the heading, actually. These are the basic elements of combat in Dungeons of Dusk. Health, HP, health of the player. Morale, protects the player by reducing the damage taken. So morale is armor. You gain armor by gaining money. Reducing the damage taken, which is subtracted by half from this value before being subtracted from health. Okay, but morale is its own gauge, right? We saw the screenshots. So, you do gain morale for picking up money. Can I drop money to pick it up again and get more morale? Can I just, like, have a hole in my pocket and have infinite morale? Probably not. Technique points are consumed to use techniques and for weapons special attacks. Interesting that they're used for both, okay. Damage reduction, a fixed value that reduces all damage taken before it is subtracted from morale and health. So that's even before morale. Okay. Attack roll. The chance to hit when attacking. This value is modified by the accuracy of the attacker and the dodge value of the defender. Range. Maximum distance within a weapon... within which a weapon is effective. There's a missing word there. Beyond this distance, the chance to hit and the damage inflicted are heavily reduced. Critical hit. Chance to inflict extra damage with an attack. Each weapon has a different critical hit multiplier. Upgraded weapons can also inflict negative status effects on a critical hit. Frenzy. If you kill a series of enemies in a limited number of turns, you will enter Frenzy mode, which will allow you to get a bonus to the XP obtained. Cool, so we got a combo system. Alright. The Frenzy bonus increases with each kill and resets after a certain number of turns from the last kill. Note, using medkits will stop Frenzy mode. Okay, so you gotta calculate risk there. Overkill. Dealing a huge amount of damage to an enemy in a single turn or killing it with a critical hit may cause an overkill. Some passive skills can only be activated in this case. You also obtain 20% extra XP when an overkill occurs. Special attacks. Melee and ranged weapons offer the option to use a special attack that consumes TP. See the weapons entry for more details about each weapon. Enemies. Pay attention to how the enemies behave. Each of them acts differently, attacking at different ranges and chasing the player character with more or less aggression. There are more powerful versions of common enemies. These elite enemies have more health and deal more damage in addition to having a random passive ability. All enemies under certain conditions can increase their power by becoming enraged. So you have Frenzy, they have Enrage. These enemies, recognizable by their red color, deal increased damage and are more resistant. The enraged state is removed only upon death. So you want to avoid them becoming enraged. I wonder how common those conditions are. Weapons. We've got a whole bunch of things. Sickles, 2 attacks per turn, which, yeah, the sickles in Dusk, you have 2 of them. Special attack is Blitz, move forward and attack with both sickles in one turn, dealing 30% extra damage. Magic Sword, plus 5 damage if attacking with at least 90% health, 5% chance to parry enemy melee attacks, can hit ethereal enemies. Special attack, Defensive Stance, attack and obtain stone skin for the next turn. I have to say, the special attack text here could stand to be a brighter color. That blue is sort of trending toward the low contrast side of things. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. Fireman Axe. Critical hits knock enemies back. High chance to cause an overkill. So overkill is totally a chance-based thing. It's not based on, like, just how much damage you do versus how much HP they have left or something. You know, like how Doom enemies and Quake enemies, I think, both have, like, a jib chance based on how much damage you do compared to, like, how much health... I don't remember if it's how much health they have or, like, the percentage of overkill, basically. Like, the percentage of damage you did towards their max health in the negative direction. I forget if that's part of it. But I don't know if that factors in this game at all. We've got a whole bunch of ranged weapons. You can dual-wield pistols, but with reduced accuracy. And they do tell you all the ranges here. I wonder if it would be cool if they would, like, indicate that to you clearly in the UI, so that you don't have to, like, memorize it all. So pistols have an aim shot special attack that is not available when dual-wielding. But, of course, all these specials consume TP. Shotgun, range 4, and spread. I have to wonder how much drop off the spread causes if the range is still 4 on it. Like, the range of the shotgun is almost the range of the pistol. Leg shot, cause entangled and non-floating enemies. This is the second game this week I've played that has an entangle condition. Super shotgun, also range 4, consumes 2 shells per attack, wider spread, 1 turn to reload. Why do they say 1 turn to I guess probably because you have to reload after every shot. Because, like, I thought all the weapons took a turn to reload. I thought that's what the previous page said. Alright, so both shotguns have the same special. The rifles and the pistol both have the same special, but on the pistol, it's only available when you're using 1, not 2. Hunting rifle has bullets that can pierce once. I'm surprised the crossbow's range isn't higher, but it can pierce. But the projectile disappears once the maximum range is exceeded. Okay. Has a chance... The crossbow can recoil you. Wonder what happens if you're against the wall. Like, do you take damage if it recoils you? Special attack split shot. Dart is divided in 3, each part dealing 1/3 of the damage in a wider area. Wonder why you would want to do that. Also, notice there's no scroll bar on this screen. Also, notice that the mouse wheel scrolls a lot less. This has up and down arrows, which you can actually hold to scroll. And even that's super janky. You can see it, like, jittering up and down. Why is the scrolling inconsistent between different screens, and the only thing consistent about it is how janky it is? It's like, this is one of those instances... I make this joke sometimes when I see, like, a really poorly designed or implemented website, where it's like, you had to actually spend extra effort to make your UI this bad. It's like, you could have developed fewer components and done a better job. What are you doing? So I'm already getting bad vibes from this just in the UI alone. Special. Mortar launches grenades that, if they do not hit the enemy, explode after a few turns. After a few turns, I imagine they could explode on you, or when the right mouse button is pressed. Oh, so they're basically remote detonate on demand. You can change the type of grenades by selecting the mortar more than once. Riveter launches a projectile that explodes upon contact with any object or enemy. 1 turn to reload. Again, they're telling me 1 turn to reload, which I assume means you have to reload after every turn. After every time you fire it. Bleeding Heart. This relic damages any enemy in an area 3x3 in front of you. The damage dealt increases as you lose health. Uses enemy blood as ammunition. So you have to start collecting enemy blood? Like, wonder how exactly that works. You just automatically get it by killing enemies? Is it basically the Soul Cube from Doom 3? Or some mix between that and the BFG? Alright, yeah, so enemies didn't list the enemies specifically, but weapons listed the weapons specifically. I'm gonna forget all of them. Character development. Killing enemies gives you experience needed to level up. When you level up, you increase your max health, morale, technique points, and recover some HP and TP. You also get a skill point needed to unlock a passive skill on the skill tree. Yeah, I think there was a screenshot of that on the store page. It seems pretty big. The skill tree is divided into different branches. Perception improves the use of firearms, their accuracy, and the amount of ammunition found. So, does that mean that, like, a single ammunition pickup will be worth more if you have more perception? You just will more ammunition into existence by eating your carrots? Like, huh? How does that make any damn bit of sense? Fitness improves the amount of health, the duration of buffs, the saving throw, and the effectiveness of melee weapons. I feel like this is the first time they've mentioned saving throw. More about that, please. Mind increases the amount and recovery of TP and unlocks new techniques. Kinda sounds like you kinda need that, then, if you want to learn techniques. And resistances improves your morale, frenzy, and damage reduction. How does it improve your frenzy, exactly? You can increase the XP multiplier in several ways, such as accumulating Frenzy or interacting with certain characters. Additionally, each unspent skill point slightly increases the XP gain. Are you telling me there's a bonus for hoarding skill points? Oh shit, dude. Don't give me motivation to hoard skill points. I do that shit for free. There are also some unique passive skills that can be unlocked in special ways. Scars. One of the characters that you can meet in the dungeon will be happy to mark your skin with a scar. Lovely. What a nice friend to have. Granting you a unique passive ability. You can only have one scar, but you can upgrade the skill's effect by meeting your torturer again. Lovely. Magic skulls. Powerful artifacts hidden in dungeons. Each skull can grant a unique powerful ability. The more skulls you collect, the more powerful you will become. Insights. By using the various consumables frequently, you'll be able to master their positive effect. Oh, do they become more effective the more you use them? Isn't that the exact opposite way that drugs work? You know, like you start building, like, dependency and they kind of become less effective. New effects will be unlocked, increasing the benefits of items. Cigars. While we're on the subject of this is exactly the opposite of how health works, cigars grant unique abilities. You know, like coughing up a lung every half hour. You can only equip one cigar at a time, and you can only change cigars between levels. Alright, that's a funny way to... It's a funny thing to decide to use to implement that mechanic. Okay. So that's basically a perk. I can't believe a shortened lifespan and a heart attack waiting to happen is a perk. Okay. Techniques are active skills that can be used to turn the tide of combat. Each technique requires a certain number of TP to be used. It is possible to recover TP using consumables or by unlocking some specific skills. You've got cloaking, you've got lay trap, which also entangles. You've got stunning kick, so we can be Chuck Norris. What does stun do versus entangle? I hope they, oh, they do have a thing on status effects. We should read that next. Phase shift. You teleport up to 3 spaces in front of you. The destination must be visible. When it says up to, is it random or is it as much as possible? Exploding corpses. Any nearby corpse explodes, damaging everyone around it, including you, I would imagine. Toxic intruder. Deal 25 to 40 damage and cause intoxication around you. Okay, now we're just gonna jump over here immediately because I need to know what intoxication technically is. It reduces accuracy. It literally is you're drunk. Okay. Because, like, toxic intruder, when you say toxic, like, toxic and intoxication are kind of amusingly not necessarily quite the same connotation. You know, toxic intruder makes me think poison. Intoxication makes me think drunk. And while, yes, if you get drunk enough, you're basically poisoning yourself, I suppose. Wrath of Fire. Breathe fire in front of you, dealing 40 to 60 damage and causing burning. That sounds like fun. War Cry. Any enemy that can see you becomes stunned. Huh. So that's like... I mean, it doesn't cause damage the way that Stunning Kick does, but it causes a whole bunch of stun. I assume the parenthetical is always the number of turns? Although I don't know, because, like, this says duration : 10 turns. But then these have parentheses around them, so, like, what does that mean? Is that number of turns, or is it something else? I kind of wish I could click and drag to scroll as well. Vampirism. Hit the enemy right in front of you with an attack that deals 20 to 25 damage and heals you for the same amount. Yeah, I want that. I always like vampirism things. Purifying. An extraordinary meditation technique that heals you for 35 hit points, grants regeneration, and removes any ailment. That sounds very, very useful. Keep in mind that after using any of these skills, a few turns of cooldown will begin, during which you will not be able to use any techniques. So it's not that individual skills have cooldown, it's that techniques have cooldown as a whole. Alright, items and consumables. We've got various sizes of medkit. The large one cures bleeding. They don't tell you what the actual amount is, and I wonder if there's a stat that affects that. Although, well, I guess that has to do with, like, how often you use items. We're in that territory now. It's funny how this says items and consumables, whereas when we were in the controls menu, it said You know, if I was using keyboard, it said items. If I was using controller, it said consumables. Items and or consumables. Anti-intoxication pills. Cure intoxication and make you immune to it for a few turns. Salts, you recover 10% of your max TP plus 15. Beer bottle adds 10 morale but can cause intoxication if you drink too much. It also cures fear. Yeah, go figure. Molotov, throw an explosive bottle that generates columns of fire around the impact area. That's cool if they include that. Was that even in Dusk? I feel like that wasn't in Dusk, but it's been a few years. Mine. Place an explosive device at your feet. It will explode after a few turns or if an enemy steps on it. It has a chance to cripple enemies, slowing down their movements. So is cripple separate from entangle? Then we got totems of speed, fury, and resistance. Haste, killer instinct, and stone skin. Haste you only get for half as many turns, though. There are also items that cannot be stored and are used instantly when collected. Some of these will allow the player to recover large amounts of resources, while others will permanently increase HP, morale, or TP. I can appreciate that they don't allow you to stash the permanent increases, because I always find that weird in games where you're a single character, but you get these items that go into your inventory that are just permanent stat increases. Like, why would I not want to use those? Often these items are hidden in secret areas of the dungeon or are protected by particularly powerful enemies, so pay attention. Alright, let's actually look at status effects. So, oh, haste, you can perform 2 actions in 1 turn. That's why that totem lasts half as many turns. It lasts the same number of actions. We saw cloaked. Killer instinct is more damage and crit chance. Stone skin is a fixed amount of damage reduction. Regeneration is 5% max HP recovered each turn. We already looked at intoxication. Lucky, 30% extra loot chance, 20% extra XP gain, 3% extra crit chance. Debuffs. Burning takes some damage each turn. Fire can spread to nearby enemies. Bleeding, lose 1% max HP per charge while taking an action. So does that mean if you just wait it out, you won't actually take damage? Stunned means you can't act. Entangled means you can't move. Hang on a second. Wasn't there... Yes, so what is cripple? I see stunned, I see entangled. I don't see crippled. What does cripple mean? You can't just make shit up. You can't just invent terms and not define them. I'm gonna assume it's entangle. Maybe they changed... Maybe they meant to change it. Like, maybe it started as crippled and they wanted to change it to entangled, which honestly, like, I could definitely appreciate that change. Although, actually, if anything, I wonder which direction they intended to go with it, because entangled feels like a thing that you would hear in, like, you know, fantasy games. So I could see going with crippled for Dusk, but also I could see not wanting to use that word. Intoxicated is less accuracy, we knew that. Hey, new house. And fear is you lose morale, which means you take more damage. Game modes and difficulties. Campaign, play the main campaign. Custom, play user-generated levels, so that's gonna be a thing. Just like it, I mean, that was the thing in Dusk, also. Although, I think back when I played Dusk, which was several years ago, I had to use, like, the beta branch to play custom levels. I don't know if that's still the case. I would hope that since then they've, like, actually merged that into the main branch. Survival mode is an endless series of randomly generated dungeons. Arena mode is fight uniquely in arenas. With enemies that resurrect over time. Boss rush is fight all the bosses in the campaign, while trying to use as few turns as possible. For each mode, you can select a difficulty level. I like that they actually explain them here. So, very easy scales down enemy damage a ton. Both of the easy difficulties remove passive skills from elite enemies. Normal is your baseline. Cero Miedo is 50% additional enemy damage, and enemies have greater view range. Interesting. And then Duskmare, double enemy damage, 2 extra of enemy view range, Enemies can avoid some traps. Does that basically mean that the trap skill is worthless? Enemies have a better chance of dodging. Merchant prices are doubled. More enemies in the dungeon. This difficulty level can only be selected at the start of the game and cannot be changed afterwards, but the other ones can? Campaign awards. If you manage to meet certain conditions, you will obtain one or more awards in campaign mode. For each level, you can obtain these awards. Okay, right. Completionist. Low tech. Do not use firearms. So, like, kind of like, you know, melee only. I ain't got time to bleed. Do not use any medkits. Good luck with that. So basically, don't take damage. So, this is only my second game of the night, Newhouse. The first one looks really cool. I could not keep up with what it expected the player to do. So, as much as I'd like to like the first demo I played tonight, it's not for me. Oh, there is a bestiary down here. Okay. Let's click on the... Oh, okay, and you have to unlock the bestiary. So that's why enemies above was very general, because there's a whole separate screen for bestiary. Alright, well, let's dig into this. Like I said, I've already found the UI to be surprisingly rough. So, I'm not sure I have high expectations going in. Oh, and they're also advertising their other games, which, like I said, the reviews are trending positive generally, but I always see a few that, like, seem to say that the game is, like, very grindy, or like, gets very repetitive, or, like, the mechanics are cumbersome. So, like, while this developer has multiple games in this genre under its belt, kind of seems like all of them leave something to be desired. So, let's find out how this goes here. I'll start on normal. We'll see if I get my ass kicked. I very well might. We're not doing the higher difficulties. Okay, and that one does give you the extra message about it can't be changed. I'm surprised that the others can, actually, so I could turn it down later, even. Which, I mean, I guess it makes... Right. It makes sense, right? Because Duskmare specifically said there are more enemies placed. I'm actually surprised that's the only level that does that. Everything else is just scaling. And turning things on and off. So then it makes sense that you can change it. Alright, so we'll start on normal. You leave the ruined town of Dusk behind. Do you truly seek answers, or is it merely too late to turn back? As your tortured form moves closer to the facilities, you begin to realize there's no way in. Towering walls of concrete reach endlessly into the distance, surrounding the massive machinations. This is getting very loud, but no fortress is truly impenetrable. You see a... Thanks, I can hear now. You see a storm drain at the end... I didn't get to finish reading that game. Cool. Yeah, continue to have really good first impressions about the UI and this being shit. And now it's taking a really long time to load. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna fucking do is we're gonna go back to the main menu. I'm gonna turn the fucking volume down, apparently. I had the music volume up because it's very freaking quiet in the menus, but yeah, I guess we're turning that down. Let's do like that, I guess, and see how that goes. And now, I'll read the text again. But I have to wait for it to type in letter by letter. You can't skip that. Is this gonna end up being just as loud? Even though I changed the music volume? Does this not use the music volume slider? No, I think it is. I think it's quieter this time. You see a storm drain at the end of the road, buried beneath layers of dirt and rust. Of course. It was always going to be like this. Down you go. Yeah, okay, it was quieter that time. What do you mean, Newhouse? How do you feel about narrator instead? If just text, then it should pause it. I mean, like, it should give you time to read it. I feel like timed things in general, that the user, that the player is not in control of when it dismisses, timed things are typically pretty problematic. Because they can end up being in your face for too long, they can end up going away before you have time to read them. Okay, so these are the navigation icons that it was talking about. There's your wait button. What would be cool is if these also, like, if you hovered and these, like, reminded you of the keys for them. So these basically map to your top and middle row of your left hand. WASD, QE. This is wait, so that's going to be Z. I have no idea what... Well, that's like use switch or something, which I guess is your left click. That's probably shoot, which is also left click. Oh, and that's look down. Was that X? I forget. So I don't think I really need the mouse movement icons. We can turn that off. I think look down was X? Yeah, look down was X. Okay. That's weird that it had to, like, fully fade in again. Alright, so, there's our turning. Oh, and we have a compass at the top. Okay, that's cool. Why? I'm not a huge fan of the whole, like, flashlight effect, but that's probably not uncommon for these kinds of games. Oh, okay, looking down doesn't consume a turn, but you also can't look straight down, apparently. You can only look slightly down. And you can only look down, but not up. Oh, and now they're reminding you. Okay. So spacebar also interact. Press spacebar to close this window or click on the check mark. Do you see a check mark? I don't see a check mark. Oh, you know what I also didn't do? I didn't turn the legible font off. So we're actually, again, for some reason it's all caps here, but we're seeing the serif font, whereas I'm pretty sure in the Steam page screenshots there was a much more stylized font when you're in the game here. So the only thing behind me is there's like 4 of these icons. Like, you see one of them to the right of me anyway. There's 3 more behind me. And I guess I'm partially covering... I don't know what that is. Oh, that's your scrap, I think, because you've got gold above it and then you've got scrap below it. Alright, we got a door. Click on the center of the screen or press spacebar on the keyboard to interact with doors, switches, and other objects in the dungeon when they are right in front of you. Well, that's a dude. It's a leatherneck, apparently. I don't have any weapons right now, right? Yeah. You can attack enemies with your equipped weapon by clicking on the center of the screen or by pressing Control. What is that noise? Is he supposed to be breathing? Is that what that noise is? Also, that noise is probably actually on the quiet side right now. Attacking an enemy will consume a turn. Other actions like moving, using a consumable, using a technique, and interacting with objects in the dungeon will consume a turn as well. So this is I read through all the menus first. This is telling you the stuff you need to know as it comes up. Switching weapons and changing the direction you're facing will not consume any turns. Remember that you can always decide to skip a turn by pressing Z to wait for the enemy to act. I thought I was already directly in front of him. I mean, the funny thing is that looks really, really goofy, but that's how enemies die in Dusk. They just kind of, like, disappear into red mist. And also, he does have a corpse. He does leave a corpse behind, so there is that. What would kind of be cool is if there were mouse look, but I could get where that could be problematic because you would eventually have to snap back to the grid. Yeah, so, like, when you're standing on the corpse, you can't actually, like, look down at it. I don't know if there's any, like, inspecting of corpses in this. But yeah, he was doing very random damage, anywhere between 1 and 5. Either way, like, I expect a chainsaw to hurt more than that. Most weapons allow you to use a special attack by consuming some technique points, which I have 10 of right now. By equipping sickles, you can use the special attack Blitz, which allows you to move forward 1 space and attack. I think I'm already... I don't know. Am I already, like, directly in front of him, or are we 1 space apart? It would kind of be great if there were a mini-map to show you positioning. Move forward 1 space and attack with both sickles in the same turn, dealing plus 30% damage. To use a special attack for weapons that support it, you have to click with left mouse button in the middle of the screen while holding down the right mouse button. Now try using Blitz. Close this window, then use the special attack. So we are 1 full tile away. Yeah, so you saw I did 2 attacks. Yo, we got a crit. The X was a miss. That's the show misses setting. I kind of like that. Oh, he dropped stuff. We got money. Yeah, Dusk had a HUD. Dusk had a text-only HUD. I don't think it had a background, if I recall correctly. And the font was probably at least slightly similar to the font that you see in this HUD. Yeah, so, like, it didn't have the full, like, you know, UI skin to it, if that's what you meant. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just text. Alright, it looks like there's a path over here. And then there's multiple doors. Press switch. A door is opening nearby. For some reason, that ate my input. Ooh, lots of stuff. Okay, there was a setting to turn off screen flashes. Now we know what that's for. I forget if there was, like, if there were screen flashes on taking damage. I was less aware of those. Alright, is that a single space? I think it is. Yeah, it is. I missed one of the attacks anyway. Yeah, so there's kind of a screen flash. There's a bit of a red tint. Killing enemies in a series within a few turns. Oh, I'm in a frenzy already. I did not expect that to happen. So the frenzy window is actually bigger than I expected. In this mode, you'll gain more experience. The experience multiplier increases if you continue killing enemies, but it automatically resets after a few turns of inactivity or if you use a healing item. Restricted area, keep out. Oh well. You found a small medkit. Use it to recover a small amount of health. I do kind of need that, actually. Oh, that was a pistol clip. Okay. That was probably too far away. Switching weapons does... Oh no, switching weapons doesn't. Reloading does. Switching weapons does not consume a turn, so I can actually do that. You can take an aimed shot with the pistol. Too late, buddy. I already killed the dude. But yeah, the pistol has the aimed shot, which increases chance to hit and the critical chance, but consumes 1 technique point, whereas the double sickle is consuming 3, I think. I hope it doesn't penalize you for, like, trying to use the double sickle if you don't have enough TP. I would hope it just wouldn't count as an attack. Dusk done Doom style? I mean, Dusk is already arguably Quake style kind of to begin with. To the point where I think you can use Trench Broom to make levels for it? Let's see what else we have here. You can move the cursor over the head of the enemy to aim for a headshot. Oh, interesting. So I didn't know that about aimed shots. This will further increase the critical chance, but the chance to hit will be significantly reduced. Oh. So you have headshots in this game, but they're kind of affecting your dice roll. You cannot aim at the heads of some enemies, such as rats. Rats. Read the guide for more info about weapons. Yep, been there, done that. Alright, there's another door there. Do we want to keep going this way, or... also... I forgot the whole... Okay, so the consumable shows up down here. I don't understand what that icon means, unless that actually switches it. Yeah, I guess it does? Oh, that's sure like a silhouette, because I don't have any of them. Oh, and that's actually like a consumable wheel? But you can't, like, it would be cool if you could, like, hold the consumable button to also bring that up, but... Oh, this has, like, a full description, though. That's nice. And that does only select, that doesn't use. Okay. Presumably if I click there, it'll use it, just like if I were to press R right now. What am I looking at? Don't know what that is. That's just a garbage bag? Oh, it just has stuff in it. Okay. What? I thought I took that already. Does this require a key? Oh, hello. Alright. I guess we could try the game shot. I only have 1 TP left. And, of course, I fucking missed anyway. How much ammo do I have 19. Reload... Wait, is reloading a thing? Reloading is only a thing for the weapons that say 1-turn reload, I guess. Because, like, I don't think there's a reload key. Is there? I don't think I saw one. It's funny how you can still hear the chainsaw guy, but it killed the music when I paused. So it's one of those games that you don't get music in the pause menu, unfortunately. But also, like, things pause unless you make a decision, like, unless you take a turn anyway, so... I guess you can just leave it sitting somewhere to pause it. What did I want to check here? Is there a reload? That was interesting. That didn't seem like it scrolled all the way to the bottom when I first dragged it, but I might have been, like, too far off on the right or left. Yeah, so the weapons that noted reloads are the only weapons that have to reload, then, I guess, is what it is. So I kind of misinterpreted the documentation earlier. Alright, well now, gotta attack. We all missed. Why am I missing so much, dude? What? Wow, dude, I guess I better heal now. That only gave me 10 health. Wow. So... I got really cheated on that fight for some stupid reason. I swear these bags are just respawning. Like, what the hell? Or, they're not giving me anything. What's the sound for? I assumed I was picking stuff up. Okay. Oh, wait, do they give you scrap? I can't pick it up, though. I would assume that's scrap. You also can't attack while looking down. I don't understand what the point of garbage bags is. Yep, that is a locked door. That's what I figured. I don't know if we have, like, secret push wall type things. Danger, keep out. I can save at any time, right? Actually, let's try using the quick save. Okay. Does that then show up? I just said load game, and that immediately tells you you will lose any unsaved progress, but I didn't actually select the slot yet. Shouldn't you show that message after this menu? So there's a dedicated save slot for survival mode. There's your quick save slot, which there are apparently two. So you alternate quick saves. That's a nice idea, at least. And then the autosave was probably when the level began. Yeah. But yeah, you can back out of that. Was that 2 of them? Also, do I need items to get technique points back? I guess I do, probably. I'm worried about my health here. That went much better. I shouldn't have done that. You've earned enough XP to level up. Well, that gives me a little more health. Your maximum health, morale, and technique points have increased slightly. You've also earned 1 skill point. Open the character screen and use it to unlock a new passive skill. What if I want to hoard it, though? Oh, you can. You can also decide to save your skill points and spend them later. Each point saved will slightly increase your XP multiplier. They do tell you that in the tutorial as well. Oh, there's the key. Alright, yeah, we're gonna go and turn off the screen flashes. Remove flashes. Like, I don't mind it as much during the combat. Can I go in here? Also, I forget, is there actually a map? Let's check show grid. I'm assuming that shows it, like, on the floor. Yeah, it does. It helps you to count spaces, basically. And that's the door again. Did I actually, like, go in a loop? And did I have any other choices of places to go? Yeah, wasn't there there was another door here. I don't know why it's not letting me pick up the scrap. Okay, so the fourth, by the way, notice there's a red thing behind me now. So the four things on the right-hand side of the HUD are keys. And since the levels in this are discrete, there's a maximum of 4 keys per level. I wonder if the exit's always going to be behind red key. But yeah, I kind of feel like you can probably get screwed by RNG in this. You do have to click near the center of the screen. Wait. Okay. That's the key insignia, though. But I guess it's, like, the same. Oh, that's where I started, this is where I started out. Okay. So I was gonna say, that wasn't the door. So I guess the point of running is, yeah, that allows you to repeat. So you will not repeat if you hold W unless you're holding shift. And it does not work for any other direction. It only allows you to run forwards, as suggested. Oh, we got beer. Some enemies or hazards can inflict you with a negative status. Keep these enemies at a distance to avoid being infected. That's true. I should be using the damn pistol more. I've been going melee only so far. Except for the one aimed shot that I attempted. Also, I guess, did I get TP when I leveled up also? Probably. To avoid being infected. Infected wasn't on the list of statuses, was it? You can use consumables to cure some of these negative statuses. I think you mean, like, to avoid being affected. You found some anti-intoxicant. I literally thought that was a fucking beer stein, dude. But no, it's literally the opposite. Use them to cure intoxication and obtain a short immunity to this ailment. Oh, it stepped in that, and so it took damage. It's also fucking dead. What did it drop? Okay, so here's the problem. I should have waited for it to get off the tile. Because it dropped a bunch of stuff. Oh, I was hoping it would, How did that miss, dude? And I appear to be poisoned now. Let's go use that. Oh, now we're getting scraps. How did that still... Oh, that's an acid puddle, so... The, anti-intoxication pills don't protect you from that. So yeah, really don't kill enemies on top of acid puddles. Pay attention to your surroundings. Dungeons are full of secrets. I've been trying to find those the entire time. You found some salts. Use them to recover technique points, which are consumed to use active skills and weapons special attacks for weapons that allow it. I'm gonna lose Frenzy, like, immediately. Oh, the beer is a bottle, okay. You use it to increase your morale. Drinking too much can cause intoxication. My morale is only 3 right now. So yeah, even if you use the item select key, I was hoping it would only rotate through things that I actually have, but no, it rotates through all of them. I feel like they could stand to make these, like, stand out more when you have them versus when you don't. Like, I get that there is technically, like, a brighter outline around the ones that I have, and all the ones that I don't are silhouettes, but, like, this still feels kind of dark. That one really feels kind of dark. And the bright outline is less visible against this background in particular. Sure. You drink a beer and your morale increases. Alright, well, since I lost Frenzy anyway... It's locked. But there might be a switch. Didn't I already pass one? Oh no, that was the keep out sign. Alright, do those drips hurt me? Probably not. That was weird. It wasn't letting me step backwards. Okay, that actually did drop scraps. That's the first one that actually did. Out of the, like, half a dozen garbage bags that I've found. Whoops. Am I going backwards? I'm pretty sure I'm going backwards. Yeah, okay, so that's in there. I know that some dungeon crawlers probably do intentionally don't give you the map. Alright, so that's your menu. What is this? Oh, that is the map. Does tab do that? Tab does that. And it was actually... Wait, was it always at the top right there the entire frickin' time and I'm not paying attention? I guess so. And it even gives you coordinates, so that's pretty cool. Right, so that's the thing that's locked. Where are you? Oh, you're right there. Okay, that works. I still have, like, no freaking healing, though. There's a switch over there. Definitely does feel less impactful when you turn off the screen flashes in terms of, like, taking damage. Don't actually know what that did yet, but it probably opened that door. Now, they did say start looking for secrets, but I don't know what secrets, look like. And also, seriously, it feels like I'm doomed to die on normal difficulty. That's a Molotov. Okay. I assume they're gonna give me a bunch of enemies that I should use this on. Or, you know, not. What? I think I just leveled up again. Yep. Not a moment too soon, given how little health I had. Apparently I can do that. That basically functions like a door. Okay. Oh, yeah, I guess I passed that without even noticing. I would still like to know... Yeah, wait. So I ended up going in the other room. That was what that switch opened, right? Oh my god. I stepped in the fucking acid. I strafed at the exact wrong time. I guess I'm saving, even though I hate it. Something else over here? Problem is, at this point, I forget where it said to look for secrets. Because I would kind of assume that I should have tried pressing U's on walls in a particular place. Problem is, now I'm probably going backwards. Yeah, that's... something is weird down here, though. I realize I'm going, like, very backwards here, but, like, why... Why does it look like there's... no wall further down here? There's definitely a wall. Did I just never... No, it doesn't map it unless you're right next to it. Like, it's hard to tell because of the opacity setting of the map right now, but, like, it shows a wall. Yeah, now it shows it everywhere. So that's weird that you have to be right smack in front of it. Feels like, you know, within a few tiles, it should be able to draw the map. You shouldn't have to be one tile away. Don't step on that again. Why? That one also wasn't mapped for some reason. I'm not sure how you do that with controller, because I had to click that specific spot. Secret found. But there's no health in it. The one thing that I was hoping to find in the secret wasn't there. But yeah, so you actually do have to look for specific wall details. Alright, well, I'm probably gonna die. We could scale down the difficulty if I need to. The other thing that I could do is actually use skill points. Oh boy. Alright. Increase max HP by 5. Yeah, I should probably go ahead and do that. Although, on the one hand, it honestly feels like it doesn't matter because I'm never going to be anywhere near full HP. Melee weapon damage, max technique points, max morale, ranged weapon accuracy by 1%. That feels meaningless, dude. And each one of these is, well, that's critical chance, but yeah, each one of these is 1%. Can I drag this or something? If I right-click, I can drag it. Okay. And the background actually has parallax in this. That seems extremely not compelling. That it's like, yeah, great. You can increase your weapon accuracy by 1% at a time, so the benefit is not going to be perceptible whatsoever. It also shows your multiplier up there. Morale 29 out of 29. Wait, what? You're kidding. I didn't know I had full morale. Oh, maybe because of the secret? And secrets do that? Oh, I did pick up a bunch of money, right? That's a really arbitrarily low morale maximum. I was expecting it to be like 100. But yeah, so the XP multiplier is also pretty... Like, the bonus is pretty minimal. So even that, there's not a whole lot of... Standard cigar, no effect. So even when I'm not getting any benefit, I'm still killing myself by smoking a cigar. And there's your scar. And there's magic skulls. Oh, and this is from using the consumables. Alright, well, we should get this. Now the question is, did that give me more health? I think so. I think it said I was at 13 before. So we'll at least do that. The other thing is, like, the fact that it has to fade in every time you go to any sort of menu feels like unnecessarily sluggish. And also, like, if I go to this again, where do we get further health increases? Over on this side, I guess. So you gotta go the melee branch if you want health increases, and then it's like... Oh, you can increase HP and TP recovered on level ups. That benefits you very rarely. Dodge chance. You can't get stuck in the sludge. That's literally what it says. Enhanced Whirlwind. I don't even know what Whirlwind is. Oh, wait, is that the skill for the sickles? At some point I ended up with 6 technique points as well. Well, I can kind of guess what this does. Should I wait for them to advance? And then do that? Yeah, I think that works. And of course, okay. It was expecting me to go forward the 1 extra to get this message. But, I wasn't ready to assume that wouldn't be too close. Barrels contain various types of explosives. Some explode immediately upon being hit, others after a few turns. Explosions will damage everyone, and the noise they make can alert distant enemies. So if I stand on that, will I... Oh, no, that was a visual effect that went away with time. Are those crits? Is that why that makes so much noise? I forget. Where was max morale? It's right there, huh? Because apparently I'm, like, at a ceiling on morale now, which makes me think I should actually increase that. I'll probably regret this. Okay. That's acid. Don't step in that. I don't know what that is. Apparently I just kicked that. Okay. You found a mine. A mine! This isn't a mine, it's a tomb. Once placed on the ground, it will explode if stepped on by enemies or after a few turns. Mines have a chance to cripple enemies. Yeah, they... Oh, slowing down their movement. That explains what cripple is. That wasn't mentioned on the status screen at all in the guide, I don't think. So it is distinct from entangle. It's a partial entangle. I gotta be remembering to, like, look for things on walls as well. Door there. Another door there. An enemy has been alerted. A health kit, amazing. I'm just gonna, like, go ahead and immediately use that. It feels like you have to play on easy to not be constantly at low health and in danger of dying at any second. And I don't know if that's how they design all of their games, but... Could I entice you to walk into acid? Yeah, apparently I can. Good job, idiot. Oh, there's your saving throw. You successfully resist a negative status. I can read. I heard them for the first time a few nights ago. I'm sick again. High fever. Another cold, damp, nauseating night in the sewers. Still couldn't find any shelter above ground. Shunned by everyone, as always. That night, maybe I was lucky, awakened by those screams coming from the streets above me. Screams of the terror and pain. I don't know what it was, but I've been hearing those inhuman screams ever since. Don't think I'll leave now. Still sick. Z. Alright, we got lore. Okay, so it'll read whether you press space or click. Yeah, alright. Alright, where am I going? This is where we're going. Okay. I should start quick saving again. And actually, now that I did that, we should have 2 quick saves. Yeah, and it shows you which... It shows you what's your most recent save slot. That is actually a delete button, I imagine, but they don't let you delete your quick saves and autosaves. Okay. The plank. I was wondering if it was going to make noise. I suppose even that might alert enemies. Oh wait, that's back there. Was there not another way for me to go down here? No, it was just... Oh, right, yeah, I ended up, like, coming around the other side. And then there was that. Oh. Eh. Yeah, that's probably too far away. that a rat or is that another bag? Oh, hi. He missed. He missed a couple of times. That actually, kind of saved my ass. Shotgun shells and... Oh, hi. Did he just miss? I definitely heard a noise there. I didn't hear him wake up. Go in there yet. Well, I guess we might as well now. Do I want to use this other skill point? If I do, I probably want to go this direction so I can start getting more health, but, like, I'm never gonna be at full health, so on the other hand... I could still go the armor route. Am I still at... I'm probably not at max morale now. That's true. Guess what we're using right away? That's a little weird that, like, if you're over here and then you turn, it makes you look down and then up because this is crossing your line of sight. Kind of seems like maybe you want to avoid that. It's like unnecessary head bobbing. It's just a regular door? Yeah, I guess so. Also, oh, that's a green door, it looks like. Can't help but, you know, want to remark at... Okay, nice crit. The fact that they made the first level a sewer. This guy does not realize I'm here. I think when I tried to click on a box, I think did it both kick and slice with these, or did it only kick? It might have only kicked. Like, I kind of have to use ammo because I'm getting ammo more often than I'm getting health. So, like, don't get hit is kind of the play. You gonna move over? There you go. That didn't hit you. I was trying for the headshot, but then the one time I actually got a hit with the skill, it did less damage than not hitting with the skill anyway. Oh, because I have to, like, specifically click on the head, right? I forgot to do that, probably, the second time. So, that's partially on me. Alright, we already lost the frenzy anyway. I should look at the walls a bit more. Nope, nothing. There's, like, weird input drops, too, where, like, I guess you have to wait out the attack animation before you're allowed to do something else. Is there anywhere else I can go? Also, why don't I... Oh, what? Did I just crash the game? The game is not responding now. So I'll tell you exactly what I did that might have crashed the game, and if that's enough to crash the game, then these developers are not instilling confidence. Alright, well, I guess I'll restart the game. I literally closed the window, it's still making noise and not stopping. It's... Oh, I didn't mean to restart the timer. Yeah, I can see what it was down there. Oh, now it stopped. Maybe? Yeah, it stopped by itself like a full half a minute later. After I hit Alt F4. So what I did that seemed to hang the game was I was looking at the full map and then I hit escape to go to the menu. Can we skip that because that's very loud? Yeah. Also, please normalize the sound volume of your branding screens because they're like 5 times as loud as everything else. I'm gonna test that again to see if I can repeat it. So, press escape, works fine. Press map, press escape. No, that also worked fine. So it only happened the one time. What I was gonna do was I was going to settings and increase the opacity of the map. Let's increase that to high so I can actually see it. Because, like, yeah, when it's in the corner, it's not really hurting anyone. What would potentially make more sense is to have it lower opacity when it's in the corner, but have it at full opacity here. But, I mean, you can still move. It looks like high opacity is probably, like, 100%. So let's try medium. But low is too low. Low is just annoying. High is really the least annoying. Alright. Get the timer going again. I gotta redo this room, though. Oh, right. Okay, so we gotta do... Right, so the door was over there. I was gonna say, where's the rat? Yeah, no, he always just does the kick. He doesn't do a slash also. Or does the game feel like it's running less smoothly now? Was it always that low frame rate? It's weird. Alright, is there anything else? Yeah, wait. So wait, that's a green door. There are multiple green doors. We don't consume keys when we use them. So the green key is actually, like, kind of behind me. Over there. It almost looks yellow, actually. But it definitely looked green when we picked it up. I don't know why it looks yellow in the HUD. Are there 2 green doors, though? There are 2 green doors. I guess go this one first, because it's closer. Wait, that's not the green key. That was the yellow key. I didn't pay attention to what it said when I picked it up. There's no message history in this, is there? Wait, hang on. I didn't pick up the key yet. The key is further in. Yeah, there it is. Oh, no, we're missing it point blank. Cool. Why the hell not? Alright, I'm pretty sure I checked this room for secrets and didn't find anything. Yeah, I didn't go all the way in before. Kind of important. Now I guess we'll try this door first. Where you aim doesn't really seem to matter. Oh, what is that? Is that a big health or something? A large medikit. Use it to recover a large amount of health and to cure bleeding. Yeah, I would love to not use those unless I absolutely had to, but if it's the only damn thing I'm gonna find, then I may be pressed to use it at some point. Elite enemies are powerful versions of common enemies. They have unique passive skills that grant them special powers. Watch out. Well, they're warning us in advance this time. as opposed to warning us after I already killed something, like what happened multiple times before. So I should probably save there, huh? Is he a different color? An enemy has been alerted. Elite Leatherneck, regenerating, recover HP every turn. Thanks, I hate it. Oh, yeah, okay, so you can see here what it's gonna aim at. I still fucking missed anyway. Well, that was completely fucking useless. And he had another key. I didn't know I needed another key. Okay, yeah, we needed it for that door so you couldn't skip that guy. Make sure there isn't, like, acid around here somewhere. Alright, but we gotta go check the other green door. I may end up using that large med kit. So the other green door was way further back. Or here. This room actually just stuff? Yeah, I guess so. Are the silver ones actually worth more? Maybe the other ones are supposed to be like bronze. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything else in here. So that was just extra money. If you bothered to look at the map and remember that there was another green door. So I'm wondering whether they will let us see a level transition, or if this will just be a one-level demo and then that's the end. Oh. Guess we're not done. If you manage to meet certain conditions, you will obtain one or more awards in campaign mode for each level. Oh, for each level you can complete the, you can achieve those awards. And given that you can save, if you mess up on completionist, you can just go back and try again. Yeah, there's no way you're doing all 3 of those at once. Unless you're on very easy, maybe. Because you either have to use firearms or you have to use a ton of medkits. I wonder if it alerts you beforehand. I guess that's the exit? Almost a slipgate looking thing. I forget what the exits in, like, OG Dusk actually looked like. Alright, let's see how we did. There were 2 more secrets and 1 more enemy. Man, can't believe I even missed an enemy. Unless it was in one of the secrets. I didn't actually remember finding 3 secrets. But I remembered 2. Alright, I want to see if it actually gives us another level. I'm not going to try to be a completionist right now. Because I want to see if there's anything in between levels. Nope. Level 2, Sewers 2. Congratulations, your reward is more sewers. It would probably take me absolutely forever to actually get completionist on the previous level. Otherwise, I would try to do it, but it's like you would probably have to scrutinize every wall tile to find every secret. So, yeah. I should probably not do that. What I should probably do... Although I don't know that I'm going to come back to this anyway, but... One of these is newer. This one, I'll put this into an actual dedicated save slot. Well, we can round that corner first, and then we can do that. And then we can load this. That's new. Did the wall just glitch out? Oh no, I was just seeing a droplet. Okay.
Infidel.
Oh, okay, it's a mage. Oh, that is hitting me.
Kill him, heretic.
He's got the mage sound. Yep. Why was I missing him so much? It's like, well, you don't know which part of the gown has body behind it and which part doesn't. Maybe he's actually donut-shaped. And that guy has, like, multiple voice lines going on, which the other guys didn't. Small medkit and anti-intoxication pills. Okay. Kind of less satisfying because you can't actually see the items. You have to look at the messages, which, again, since the messages can't be recalled, like, that would be my #1 request, functionally, is allow message recall. Because I don't think there's any way to reread old messages. You can switch weapons. I was just trying to mouse wheel, and I ended up just, like, flicking weapons a lot. Thanks for running into the line of fire, buddy. Actually, I should go try to, yeah, kill something else. Might be out of enemies. Yeah, we lost Frenzy. Alright, let's go. What do I want to do? Because, like, I could do more morale. But do I want to start building up more health? Oh, yeah, and the individual skills are buried on the tree at different points. It seems like this path gives you some skills. I guess, does this one give you some too? Is that a skill? Oh, no, that's half explosion damage. And enhanced bullets, that's your sickle skill. It's all the way the heck up there. What is this? Increased melee weapon accuracy. It would be nice if, like, the skill squares were easier to point out here. Enhanced leg shot. Yeah, so where's leg shot to begin with then? Because I assume that's a skill to begin with? Oh wait, no, that's one of the weapon skills, right? That's the shotgun special. Could get damage reduction over here. That might actually be the play, given that it's, like, impossible to actually be at full health. I don't know, dude. The thing is, morale is a fixed 50% reduction, but damage reduction will actually be more than that. What else do we get down here? Saving throw. Duration of Frenzy by 10 turns, damn. Damage reduction during Frenzy, that's a big deal. So, like, this is definitely the survivalist leg. 1 morale every time you kill an enemy, that's cool. Increased morale obtained by drinking beer. I don't know what it is to start with. And, like, at first I didn't even notice that was a different icon than that, but it is. Like, it's the same main icon, but then that just has, like, you know, various wisps around it, whereas that has, like, a specific icon, which I guess is technically bottle-shaped, but it's so tiny and, like, you know, low fidelity that you're not gonna notice it anyway. So yeah, I could see getting both of these next, but damage reduction first, probably. I forget. Okay, I do actually have a small medkit, too. That was weird. Why did that make the ting sound first? So the map wasn't there in either place, was it? I don't understand what the ting was about. Because I pressed tab, and it, like, didn't show the map until I pressed tab again. It was very weird. Wondering if I should be worried about my ammo. You would think there would be something there, but no, there isn't. Nothing. Right, there was more stuff in here, but I didn't want to waste frenzy if I could find anything else to actually fight. Alright, so we've already gotten 2 large medkits. I think the first one was technically on the first floor. Where am I going now? I already opened. Guess we're going through that door. That is the only place to go. Keep expecting that, like, maybe one of the sewer grates will have a detail to it, but doesn't seem like it. I did get the key, right? Yeah, I did. So, time to go in here, then. Shotgun. Didn't I find shells, like, a while ago, actually? Beer bottle and Molotov. I haven't actually used a Molotov yet, but I haven't really had, like, any kind of crowd control reason to. Okay, that's your shotgun. How many tiles away is he? Because you can't see him on the map at all. Yeah, the shotgun definitely can't reach that far, so I gotta wait for him to actually, like, get closer. What was that animation? Looked like he's doing like a full twirl. That was extremely underwhelming. Special attack, leg shot. Shoot at enemies' legs to cause entangle, range 1. So you had to do that close up. Okay. What is that? I don't know. Probably a dead insect. I don't know. Can I destroy that? I guess so. Okay. Now that's gonna do poison or something. Yeah. And it becomes an acid puddle. Okay. Yeah, the only thing is I didn't entice this guy first. Really? Gotta be kidding me, dude. Okay, a couple of doors in there, but is there still more stuff for me to look at here? Yeah, yeah, over here. That's a very loud sound when it hits the back wall. Wonder if we have like a maximum shotgun shells and even, like, ammo for this. Oh, hey, can I read that? How to behave if you encounter an alligator. 1. Don't panic. 2. Move away slowly. 3. Call your manager immediately. I mean, you know, maybe the alligator just wants to speak to a manager. Who knows? Hey, maybe that is the proper way to defuse the situation. Wait, where the hell am I? Oh, I got so distracted by the alligator awareness poster that I, forgot how to leave. Alright, so we got 2 doors over here. The other guy didn't wake up. The guy still didn't wake up. Does he not get hit by that because it's, like, not... he's floating? This shotgun seems really shit, honestly. I literally do more damage with the pistol than the shotgun because the accuracy is so shit. The hit rate is abysmal. Like, way to give me the most unsatisfying shotgun possible. But yeah, very disappointed in the shotgun. Like, the shotgun needs to feel powerful, and in this it feels like I might as well not use it ever. Because it's doing like 1 to 3 damage per pellet. And on average, it seems like you're lucky if even 3 pellets hit. Which means the pistol's doing more damage than it. Which means I might as well not have the shotgun. Where am I going? This way. Also, I need to heal. I have 1 of those. We'll use that first. I have not really been using my, like, alt fires and stuff because they don't feel terribly compelling to me. Because it seems like you miss them a hell of a lot. You know what? I'll use another one. I wonder how many you need to use to get the perk for it. I forgot what the skill menu called it. Jeez, another one. All of a sudden, they're giving us a ton of these. Like, we just got, like, what? 2 or 3 small medkits in a row. Nice crit on that. Followed by missing a lot. Even that didn't work. Alright, that did. That totally didn't. Alright, it was enough to get him before he could actually hit me. Caution. Maybe I should wait to go down the caution hallway. I'm pretty sure I had other stuff I could do, right? There was technically also more stuff I could do here. Lots of scrap. It's like I'm always tempted to strafe into everywhere, but I gotta remember I don't actually have to do that because turning doesn't take a turn. Ironically enough. Alright, it's time for the caution hallway. I don't think there's anywhere else for me to go. Oh wait, maybe there is. Also, I haven't been using the run function at all. Oh, there's literally nothing here actually. That's one of those cases where it would be nice if the map actually like mapped for you, like by line of sight, for a few tiles in front of you rather than just one. Another thing that I'm kind of guessing it might be an existing, like, you know, property of the games that this developer has made in the past. Alright, so what are we cautioning? It's gonna be an alligator, right? Really, dude? Oh, look at that. Yeah, like, I can't even switch weapon while that's happening. The engine is very one-track minded. Lots of scraps. We're getting plenty of ammo. So, like, now I feel like I actually have a rhythm. Because at first I was basically just, like, always meleeing and taking damage because of it. Some more caution signs. There's the key. The question is, what's gonna happen when we pick this up? Uh-huh. Oh, that's actually a shortcut. Okay. So there are walk triggers. That's might be the first time I've seen one of those, and that's your introduction to, yeah, those exist. Alright, is the other guy? I don't think the other guy's alerted. Yeah, he's not.
Infidel.
Now he is. You know what? Yeah. Actually queued up the lunge attack on this that time. I don't know where the rat is. Oh, there you are. It was on the right. And I was very fortunate that it missed. Okay. Alright. We want damage reduction, right? Wait, why? Didn't I be able to do that? Like, why is that lit, but this isn't? So we'll go this way now. Like, that, I'm already, you know, I feel like this game's already on thin ice because of the really lackluster, poor UI design. And it kind of feels like it's doing the bare minimum on gameplay. Which, I mean, to be fair, I don't play much of this genre, so you can blame some of that on me. Oh, right, he's just gonna keep doing that. You can launch even if you're already next to them, though. But yeah, that interaction with the skill tree there, that just screams to me that, like, actually these devs don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, that is something you need to communicate to the player. And you would think after having, you know, a few, 2 or 3, maybe more, games of this genre under your belt, you should know something like that. Oh dear. I could back up one.
Kill him.
This guy. I don't have any... I don't have any technique points to do that with. I forget how many technique points the special on that uses. That's in here. Actually, it doesn't tell you how much. Because, like, things require a different amount of TP, and this doesn't actually tell you how much TP stuff requires. Right? Because the pistol thing requires 1 TP. And the sickle thing requires 3. This doesn't tell you that. You've got to be kidding. Oh my god, dude. Really basic shit that the game should be telling you. Alright, I gotta remember I can't back up that much. I wonder if I can get him to go into that. Now I can back up more. Oh, it tells you when you hold right click. Okay. And yeah, I definitely don't have enough for it. Like, I wanted to get rid of that guy as soon as possible, so I used the shotgun. I don't know if the sickle would have done just as well, because, like, yeah, the shotgun was hitting more at close range, but it was still missing sometimes. Like, I'm firing at the guy point blank with a shotgun. I think that should do a pretty good job. And while it was less underwhelming than shooting from any kind of range whatsoever, it still was managing to miss, and... Like, I should practically be poking the guy in the gut with the shotgun and firing it. That shouldn't be missing. I did not go this way. What am I looking at? Oh my god, it's a merchant dude. Not all underground inhabitants are hostile. Some, like the merchant, are willing to help you in exchange for gold or other resources. Speaking of which, there's a bunch of gold over here. That's not on fire. Alright, what do you got? Hey there, how you
doing?
Oh, he has a...
Alive? That's good. You want to stay that way? Well, you're in luck.
Was this guy in Dusk, the original? Because, like, that voice seems familiar to me.
Interested in commerce.
Alright, I have 321 gold. Oh, and you do have caps on items. You can have 5 of everything. I don't have enough for a backpack. Oh, that increases the caps on everything else. Okay. And you can see that, like, these is answering all of my questions of, like, do I have a cap on ammo? Yeah, actually I do. I'm not in danger of hitting those caps at all. Of course, that leaves me wondering, am I ever going to be in danger of hitting any of the caps? Also, hey, Gambit, sorry for, zoning out. Yeah, so this is Dusk as a dungeon crawler. Believe it or not. It's a thing that's happening. Let me remind myself the name of the developer. 68K Studios is who's developing this, and they have done a few dungeon crawlers before. The problem is all their dungeon crawlers seem to be, like, not perfect. Some of them have been known to be grindy, some of them have been known to be clunky. I definitely feel like the UI could use some refining in this. So, there are things that leave me, unimpressed about this. It makes me wonder why they chose this developer in particular. Because, like, I'm sure there are other more well-practiced developers. Probably would have been more expensive. And I wonder who approached who. Alright, so a large med kit. So, I don't know how much a large amount of HP is yet. Small amount of HP seems to be about 10 for me right now. So I don't know if this is really worth, like, almost 3 times the amount of gold as that. But it's the thing that I need the most of right now is health. I also have 3 out of 5 of them, though, so...
I knew you couldn't resist.
Oh, and I can also right-click to sell. I'm assuming if you sell it, it sells for less? Yeah, I played Dusk several years ago. I think I included it in my Better Quake Than Never playlist, since it, at the very least, mods for it, or rather, like, custom maps for it can use Trench Broom, I think. Like, it feels like it's trying to be Quake adjacent. I've played that and a Medieval, and a Medieval's expansion. Let's try selling this and see what it gives me. I also don't know how much it gives you. Like, this tells me how much versus the max I have, but it doesn't tell you how much you buy at once. So that's a 60 gold points. I have 246 right now.
One man's trash.
Yeah, that gave me 30. I sold 6 and it gave me 30. I'm willing to sell those to experiment that because the shotgun in this seems like the most disappointing shotgun in a video game.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think, like, there are things about Dusk that are very tongue-in-cheek the way that they're done. But, like, talking about the original FPS. So it's not my favorite FPS, but I still think it was good. If you are burning, you can step in a puddle of water to put out the fire. Is this actually, like, going on and off? Oh, it is. Wait. Okay. It's timed. Oh, that's a secret? Okay. Maybe one of the secrets that I didn't realize I had gotten was one of these. Like, I kind of, like, don't even think about the secret noise when I'm coming through a vent like that. Because the vents are the easiest thing to spot. Alright. Is there anywhere else I haven't gone before I keep going this way? I forget. Was I able to go through that door? Oh, wait. Yeah, I almost got set on fire. I would have been fine, though, actually. Oh, no, that's where he is. Okay. What on earth is that? Oh, it's a $ symbol. Okay. Psh. I should probably put the map on, like, highest opacity. Oh, okay. There are puddles right around that so that you can learn without doing too much damage to yourself. A second pistol, huh? Okay, you can switch. Good. Because the thing about the second pistol is I think it lowers your accuracy. Now I probably have absolutely zero reason to ever use the shotgun, if that means I can fire twice at close range. Because the shotgun only really seems compelling at very close range. Alright, so we got a door there. I haven't saved in a bit, have I? Oh, hello. Okay. I wonder how that works. Okay, it always goes to the one pistol first, looks like. This probably opens that other door. I don't know if there's a visual indication of doors that are switch-operated versus not. Unless you just, like, have to try it and then it tells you. There you go. Yeah, it means enemies are even less likely to have a chance to touch me. Where is he? There he is. That missed. Alright, whatever. Probably could have clawed him to death. Or rather, sickled him to death. I see that. I also hear more. The fire might actually be behind me. Is he actually gonna go right in front of me? He is. Did both of those miss, dude? Like, he's right in front of you. Oh, that was a waste. Oh, well. That's not a thing. This level definitely feels bigger. That says danger, keep out. So I guess I'll go this way first. It is unfortunate when you end up wasting a shot. Even more unfortunate when you end up wasting 2 shots. Kicking boxes is fun, at least. Wait, is that anything? No. Alright, is it time for the danger keep outdoor? Let's heal first. Oh, it's more fire. Okay. Is there anything else I didn't look at? I think we have to go this way. Alright, so I can go there. And, okay, there is a puddle there, I was gonna say. Okay, yeah, I could have gone across. It's always 1 on, 3 off right now. Whoa. Okay. Alright, where did we need that key? Was it all the way down there? Is that red? Got a red outline, but that might have just been a plain-ass door that I never looked at. So I think we have to go all the way back there. That's a long way back, dude. Yeah, it's like, I bet you thought you were gonna get the green key for the door right here. No. Oh, wait, no, there was a red door here that I did not investigate. But there is also a door all the way the hell back there that I should have gone through but didn't, so I probably should actually look at that. Oh, whoops. Don't hold that for too long, apparently. So is it that door? Yeah, it's that door.
Infidel.
Yeah, no, dual pistols is definitely going to do a lot more damage than the sickles. At least if they don't miss. Oh, shit. I handled that very badly. At first I thought that door was barred, but it was just the sickle being in the way. Okay. 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 Everybody's dead. Okay. I was gonna say, that struck me as maybe not being an openable door. So I think there is a visual indication. I think the sides are different or something. That's what that switch does then. Oh, there's two of you, huh? And I just gained a level. So these you have to actually, like... Oh, that was the wrong button. Those you have to slice open. Which seems weird because... I don't know. I would think that the bigger boxes would be more resistant. But I guess we just use the sickles as box cutters for the cardboard boxes. This is what just opened, right? Anti-intoxication pills and mine. I haven't actually tried the mines yet. Given that I'm in a room with a bunch of money, and my morale's already full. Well, my morale's still already full. Never mind. And I'm never at max health, so, like, increasing my max health kind of doesn't matter. Oh, I am full on these things, aren't I? Yeah, apparently so. Does that fully recover them? Because, like, that went from, like, 7 to 22 or something? I didn't even realize I had that many technique points now. Is that all that was in here? What else was... Wait. Oh, that was the box. Okay. Yeah, I think we fully explored that now. Alright, so now I guess we go back. Although, there might also be more stuff back here that I didn't explore. Or it could just be a wall. Hang on. Is there more stuff here, too? Kind of looks like there could totally be something down here, actually. Should we look for that? Don't go there. Don't see anything on that wall. So otherwise I would have to go all the way over here. And then all the way around and down. I don't know that I feel like doing that. Yeah, I'd have to go down that way, I guess. I'm not gonna worry about it. But I'm probably gonna miss some stuff. That's gonna light me on fire. Yep. So now we're going in here. That was... Actually, no, not... Yes? Maybe? Actually, I haven't been in either of these doors. And I think I have both of their keys, because the thing that looks yellow behind me over here... Did the game just... The game just crashed. Is it a time thing? No, last time the music kept going, but now, yeah, now the game's just... Okay, I mean, I saved not too long ago. So the first time, I thought I managed to crash it by trying to hit escape while the map was open, but in that case, I literally hit Alt F4, but the music kept playing for another half minute after the game window closed. This time, the game window was still there. Oh, brace for loud. Yeah, okay, I skipped most of it. This time, the game just totally froze up. Did I save after all that, or... I think so. But yeah, like, what the... I mean, what did I do that froze it? I don't frickin' know, dude. Like, that's not terribly confidence-inspiring. Again, this developer has made several games like this before. Why is your game freezing? You're also allegedly Steam Deck verified already, so like, I don't believe you. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I almost got burned. Alright, so, save here, and then I was realizing that I have both of these keys. I don't even remember which, I think I got red first. Oh boy. I'm surprised shooting didn't wake them up, actually. Small med kit, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and use that. Oh shit, there's another guy too. I'm glad I got back in time, like I could have gotten screwed there. I should have looked around. If I do... Oh, right, you can only do the technique. Alright, well, he's dead anyway. That's fine. Where's the other guy? There he is. Sure, I still managed to waste that. How did both... He's right there, dude! How do you manage to miss both shots when he is right in front of you? Dude is literally donut-shaped. The only explanation I have. Well, that's elite giant rat? That's not what I expected. Increased chance to dodge, extra movement. Okay. And what do I have right now? Actually, this would be a good time for that. I have 4 of those. He just ran right into that, so okay, cool, thanks, buddy. The rat's dead. I think the other guy managed to avoid getting set on fire. Yeah. That guy was the only one doing the correct thing. So wait, that's the green key. So what I have is the yellow key. Okay. I could have sworn that in the first level I got the green key and thought it looked yellow, but maybe I was literally looking at the wrong spot on the... I think I was confused and forgot I had reloaded and I was looking at the wrong spot on the HUD. And now, my brain is unfortunately stuck with that error. I guess I'll use another one of these. I guess I could have stood to wait on that. Yeah, so apparently every time you go through one of those, it's a secret. What is that? Magic potion. Oh, that's an immediate use thing. I think that also refilled some of my health, probably. Because I don't think I was nearly at 55. So, right, that gave us... So then that did give us the other key. We didn't have the green key yet. I was thinking I had the key to both of these. But I did not. Wait, where am I right now? I lost track of how many rooms were actually... Wait. Was he, like, patrolling or something? Do they do that? Because I thought they just stand in one place, but, like... I came down here. Oh, wait. There's a wall behind you. You had to be there the entire time. How did you not wake up before? Or did they seriously spawn a new enemy after I got the key? Or did this open? Notice the ceiling there. This might have opened. That might be what it is. It was probably a single direction last time.
Heretic.
Takes one to know one. No, we'll try the shotgun again. Alright. That actually worked okay on the donut-shaped guy, apparently, this time. I don't think we've got any secrets here. Okay, and now we're going over next door to the green door. And there's another giant rat. Plagued releases an intoxicating miasma. Okay. Well, I do have potions for that, right? Or pills, rather. But we'll wait. We'll try to do some damage before... Oh, you know what? He's gonna die. He didn't get to do anything. What is all that? And look at how, like, janky the animation is here, too. Scraps, 25 gold, a mine, and more scraps. I am surprised I didn't mean to fucking do that. I clicked... You don't click the item to open the wheel. You click the wheel to open the wheel. So I just fucking wasted that. How many of these do I have? It feels like you want to be using the wheel at all times. Because, like, otherwise you're stuck tabbing through 10 different icons to get to what you want. There's just so many things in this room that it, like... Oh, is that the first bonus cigar? We reached the end of the level, by the way. Found a new type of cigar. Each cigar provides different effects on your body. At the end of any level, you'll be able to see which cigars you found and change the one you're smoking. So that's, yeah. I was expecting some kind of, like, menu between levels, but I guess because we didn't get anything yet. Also, notice this lock icon over here. I haven't been paying attention to this at all. Those are the techniques, okay. Which might not even be available in the demo. So we already had a level that had all 4 keys in the bottom right corner. Yellow, blue, red, and green. I'm just noticing. In the bottom left, it's showing 2 slots for, I guess because you get the double shotgun or whatever, and that's its own slot, but they don't do that with the pistol. Even though you also get 2 pistols. Alright, we'll save to a dedicated slot here. I actually did get all the enemies, but I missed 2 secrets. Not that many more, well, about almost 300 more turns. I technically got the low tech award. Alright, so... Churchill is the standard cigar with no effects. Perfecto Robusto gives you an XP multiplier. And I guess that's actually where you pick it. So if you don't notice that up there, then you're screwed. The smoke kind of, like, makes it noticeable. Okay. Is there more to this demo? I don't have time to play more tonight anyway. But I also wouldn't be surprised if this was the end of the demo. No, we're still going. We've still got more sewers. I think I've seen enough for now anyway. But I'll save another slot. Damn, this place just... How did I end up in the middle of everything, and that's just where it starts me? Good grief. I assume this isn't gonna just be a single room. On the off chance it is, I'll try to play it out. I hear... Was that the only enemy here? No, there's another one. Oh, that was the wrong button, idiot. Here's another one, and I'm apparently poisoned. Yeah, that's making me miss, so... Let's do that. That was the nastiest fight we've had so far. Alright, yep, thanks for hanging out, Gambit. Good to see you. Have a good night. And a good start to your weekend. Alright, yeah, the saving throw helped me there. No yeah, it always says no turning back. So yeah, right, we're always coming down the ladder. But yeah, this is just a huge open room. But there is apparently... Yeah, he died because he was standing in acid, which of course means I can't pick up his stuff without taking damage. There's locked doors all over the place. I am curious if it's all gonna... No, we do get hallways. So yeah, there is still more level. This is not just like an arena level. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get going too, so I will probably call it here. This is another one that I could come back to and try to finish next week if the demo stays up. Although out of the two demos that I've thought about with that now, this is the less compelling of the two. Well, I got more anti-intoxication pills, so there's that at least. Yeah, so there's 3 locked doors out here and one direction. I could definitely... I would believe you if you told me this is the final level of the demo. But I'm gonna stop here. I mean, it's mostly functional, but there are definitely things that seem rough around the edges, and I don't know if that's just because it's, like, in early development, or if that is a worse sign. And again, given that this developer has done several games like this before, I have to be at least a little bit worried. So, time to deal with unfinished business. I got to the 3rd level of this demo, and it's still going. So, we'll see. I was thinking this might be the last level of the demo, based on how it's initially laid out. But let's see what we have here. Okay. Right, so we started in a room that had 3 locked doors and 1 hallway we could actually go down. Can I shoot you through these bars? Can you hit me at all? What? That was kind of hilarious. Yeah, I guess he's gonna come around this way. Yeah, they're smart enough to do that. Okay. It's actually the first time we've seen that happen. Did he miss? Because it sounded like I wasn't getting pain sounds. We've got more lore. I'm starting to feel better. But I've decided to stay here in the sewers for a while longer. Just like us, playing this demo. I do kind of wish the demo had something in it that wasn't sewers. The workers who usually come down here have stopped, and no one bothers me anymore. It's almost peaceful. Though I think at least one of them is still down here, but he locked himself in the northern tunnels with the rats. Doesn't seem to want to come out. Good, it's better that way. Boss warning? I was ready to assume that, like, each level set would be 5 levels, but Might actually be 3. I keep wondering if we'll ever get a secret in a secret, but I haven't discovered any of those yet. Alright, so we just read that. The game froze. I've been playing it for 3 minutes, and the game froze. What the fuck? Again, this developer has made at least 2 or 3 other games in this genre. You would think they would know how to make a game not hang by now. This really does not bode confidence whatsoever. Loud sound warning. Okay, I managed to skip it for the most part. Yeah, we didn't get any autosaves, so we're doing all of that again. Fortunately, it wasn't, you know, much. Oh, whoops. I didn't realize that I just wasted a shot because I didn't realize it was waiting for the animation to end before he moved. So there was like a pause there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was kind of a waste, actually. Oh, alright, we actually did better that time. I don't know if, like, reading these things actually matters, but I'll read it again, and then we'll save, and then I'll start the timer back up. Also feels like the game is being very low frame rate right now. Another shotgun. Like, cool, I already have one. I don't know how I could have missed the one before, but alright, they're giving it to me again.
Infidel.
Oh, level up, okay.
Infidel. Infidel. Sacrifice.
I still missed, even at point blank. Oh, do we have a puzzle here? Pretzel caught in throat again. Wait. Does that wire go somewhere? No, not really, actually. Alright. Well, I guess this is to open that. Is there any hint whatsoever? No, I guess you just have to guess. Oh, Fire Master, fire resistance and chance to inflict burn.
Sacrifice. Blood.
I, managed to resist that time. Hey, it would be cool if I could actually hit you. You're literally right in front of me. There should really be no problem in hitting you. This fucking game, dude. Alright, that time the shotgun actually did better. Look at all the stuff that he dropped. Damn. Oh, and there's puddles in this room so that you could, like... You were intended to come in here and, like, strafe around, and then you could, like, put out the fire if you got burned. But I lucked out on that. What is that? Is that another... That's another one of the consumables, I think. Oh no, it's a totem. You found a totem of speed. Use it to obtain the status haste that allows you to perform 2 actions in 1 turn. That would have been useful before that elite enemy. I heard that. Oh. I heard that, but he didn't make a wake-up sound. Oh, now he did. Doesn't seem like there's any secret there. I don't know why. I clicked and nothing happened, so I clicked too soon, apparently. Large medkit and beer bottle. How many large medkits do I have at this point? You know, this doesn't actually tell you. You actually have to, like, go to it. And you can only rotate the items in 1 direction, so, like, you've got a wheel UI. Just show the numbers on it. What the hell? I actually have a bunch of small medkits at this point. Now that I've been relying more on, like, projectile weaponry, my health has been in better shape in general. Wait. Oh, I thought I saw something there. Wait, isn't that the way I came from? Yeah, it is. Okay, so now we gotta go back out. I still think it's silly that you only, like, you only uncover map tiles immediately adjacent to you, even though you can very clearly see what's there. So we have 2 red doors, because there's one up here, and then there's one near the entrance of the level. Wait, sorry, yellow is what I got. I'm losing track of which key they just gave me. Hello? I'm trying to turn, thank you. This game really likes to eat your inputs, and I'm assuming that's probably a problem with, like, all of this dev's games. Alright, so this is where we want to be. I'm actually full on small medkits. A thick, dark mist rises as you enter this area. Cool, so how badly does that affect... I don't know whether that affects, like, accuracy? Or if it doesn't actually affect anything. Okay, so, like, yeah, it has a darkening effect, too. Damn. Crit him anyway. He missed me too. I wonder if it affects them as much as it affects me. That was a lot of stuff I just heard. Okay. That is a very messy floor tile now. I'm paranoid now that I had YouTube, of all things, actually disconnect on me earlier. Because that's a new one. I'm actually getting kind of low on ammo for that. I have more ammo for this. I should probably be, like, more selective about when I, like, switching off of the double pistol. Okay, that's a door, but I also left something all the way down the other end that I didn't explore. Oh, it's gold. Okay. Yeah, you can't really buffer inputs. It would be nice if there was an option to, like, skip the animations, because that could actually make the game faster. Alright, let's see what's here. I think... Does he live there now? Okay, so introducing traps.
Heretic.
Yeah, on this side? Yeah.
Heretic. Infidel.
It froze again. Mid-attack, it froze. What the hell is this game doing? This is utterly disastrous. It wasn't freezing this often last night. Like, what the hell gives? If you can't get your game to not freeze every 5 minutes, I think your game has a problem. I have to wonder whether New Blood bothered playtesting, I mean, like, after the fact, but, like, playing this dev's other games. I would have to figure, like, someone at New Blood must have liked what they saw to, like... I mean, I don't know whether it was New Blood or David Zemansky who, like, engaged the developer to make this, but... kind of feels like this developer doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, I just want to play the video game, and I'm not even allowed to do that. Oh, whoops. I lucked out. I only got hit once. Oh, I was hoping I would, like, bait him into hitting the other thing. This could be bad.
Infidel. Kill him. Infidel.
Wait, oh. I turned. I meant to strafe. Okay, I guess, you are entangled and cannot move. You have to just wait it out? I guess? I don't know if I could have, like, used the sickle. I was wondering if the trap was gonna repeat or not. Okay, that time I resisted it, so... And then it didn't happen again. Anyway, I really need to start, like... saving every 2 seconds, apparently, because of how often this game is, like, freezing today. That was that door, okay. Is there other stuff in here that I didn't look at? Yeah, probably. Probably don't want to go that way, though. Yeah, so I don't think, I I don't think you can slice your way out of it. It would be cool if you could. That would seem to make sense. And also, like, real talk, it's kind of a jump scare when you get hit by that and don't realize it's coming. Getting a lot of scraps lately. Do I even know what scraps are for? Because, like, I'm pretty sure the merchant used gold.
Kill him.
Uh-oh. There you are. Blessed. Ignore critical hits. Chance to ignore. Eh? Is one referring to the other? That's kind of oddly worded. Also, the game froze again. Apparently, I'm just not allowed to play the game today. Holy fuck. Why is it this bad today? It wasn't this bad yesterday. I mean, of course, I have to give the usual disclaimer that of loud noises, and also that I'm playing through Proton. But wasn't this the game that I read had been Steam Deck verified? Like, if your game is Steam Deck verified, and it's freezing every 5 minutes in Proton, then your game isn't actually Steam Deck verified. Yeah, it's allegedly Steam Deck verified. It has the icon. So how much do I have to redo? Wait, I didn't... Wasn't this where the... I thought that's where the trap was. And I guess I didn't trip it at all that time. Yeah, it's definitely there. Yeah, and I mean, like, those guys are directly from Dusk. Like, Dusk has those guys. The chainsaw dudes. And the mages. I probably shouldn't have done that. Alright, I'm gonna save, because this is where it froze.
Infidel.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Kill him. Blood.
Alright, that works. I'm gonna use one of those. Alright, save again. Is that a teleporter? It's a very distracting teleporter. Is there anything else I didn't look at in here? Maybe? I'm gonna see where this goes anyway. It goes all the way the heck back down there. It's supposed to be a convenience thing. Alright, let me quick load. Oh, look at that. I guess I'm glad I quick loaded. And then I also wanted to check the other end of this room. Yeah, it's all walls. Again, I wouldn't have this problem if the map actually showed tiles beyond one away from wherever you've walked. And it really feels unnecessarily obtuse that the map only fills in one tile away from you. That's what I already did. We need to do the door. Oops. I walked through an acid puddle. I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. Alright, this is where we're going next. Oh, it's time for Dark Mist again. Do I have maximum beer already? Yeah, I guess so. Increase morale and cure fear. I don't need either of those things right now, as it turns out. Feels like the 3D cabin sections in the... Oh, in the Friday the 13th NES game? That's interesting. I forgot it had those. I've really only seen a little bit of that game. Gotta be real careful where I step in here. I'm probably gonna lose Frenzy. Yep, there it goes. Could I interest you in trapping yourself? No, apparently not. I don't need that either because I haven't been using technique points at all. 2 things in the box. Wow, okay. I am gonna run low on ammo for this note too. I might actually have to start, like, buying ammo. If we happen to find the merchant again. Eh? Oh, he's... Yup. Sucks for you. He ran right into that. Yup. Okay, but he can still attack. He just can't move. And it didn't trigger on me. I don't know whether they have a cooldown where they can't trigger. Also, I should save, because I haven't in a couple of minutes. And it would kind of stink to have to do this room again. Meant to switch weapon, but because you can't buffer inputs, I did not actually switch weapon. Still haven't found any secrets inside of secrets. That's a door. Let's save there. You really do have to look around everywhere, because, like, yeah, there can always be, like, things hiding around corners and stuff in terms of... Like, there was a... At one point I turned and there was a freaking crate that I could kick open. Alright. Is there anything else I haven't done in here? Maybe a little bit. Oh, I didn't go in here. That might even open the door that I was at. I don't even need that right now, but I will go ahead and use that, and then I can pick that up. Alright, well, gee, I guess I'm glad I checked that, though. Wait, there's still something else I haven't done. There's whatever's in this direction. And doors opening nearby. That just opened the door that was over there, so I would not have been able to open that myself. Yep, okay. Didn't even realize that. Oh, shit. Okay, ignores critical hits. Could I do leg shot? Doesn't really matter, honestly. Let's do that. He dropped a whole bunch of stuff, including another totem of speed. Did those actually appear in here? Yeah, okay, they do. There's another portal, but... Oh, I do have another key. Alright, well, I guess we'll save, and then... Yeah, I think I've explored that fully. Oh, there's what we were actually after. Okay. That's... interesting. Hang on. Uh-huh. I'm always, like, paranoid that I'll end up shooting by accident, but as long as you, as long as you hit the button accurately, it shouldn't attack. I think my morale is either maxed or nearly maxed. Yeah, it literally won't let me use it, so I have to just leave that there. It's funny, because earlier I was thinking that normal was actually on the tough side, but now that I'm actually, like, just using projectile weaponry with reckless abandon, it's actually fine. It could be that it's actually, like, tougher at the very beginning of the game. Like, that's something that's really easy to mess up, is the difficulty ramp up as you don't have equipment yet. What are you? The weaponsmith can upgrade your weapons using some scrap. That's what scrap is for. To upgrade weapons to higher levels, you'll need to find a blueprint. Right, because the guide said that, that you need blueprints for the max level.
Well, ain't you a sight? You got scrap, I got weapons. So what can I do you for? Look what the cat dragged in.
Alright. Fairly certain this character did not exist in Dusk. I was wondering about the merchant, but I'm not sure either of them did, really. So spoilers, they list all the weapons here. So let's see. It increases damage. Yeah, see, shotgun really does do 1 to 3 per pellet, but it has 12 pellets, which is more than I thought it had. But I have seen it miss a lot at any sort of distance. Okay, so I could upgrade them multiple times. Let's at least upgrade all of them. Well, this is still 1 to 4, so like the lower bound isn't improved. Wait. It didn't actually do anything. Huh? Oh, do you need... I'm confused about the blueprints, that there's just like a set cluster of 5 over there? But yeah, when I click upgrade, nothing is happening? Oh, I have to hold it.
Damn, I'm good.
How if I knew I had to hold it? Yeah, and it says unavailable for things you don't have.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I'm good.
I wanted to see whether this would be a higher lower range, but nope, it's not. It's still 1 at the worst case. Now, like, that's increasing the lower round. That's increasing the lower bound. Shotgun absolutely does not. So yeah, I just upgraded everything once. I probably could have upgraded... If I didn't bother upgrading the shotgun, I could have upgraded one of these again, and I probably should have done that.
Looking good, Chuck.
Really? Did I save just before? That's what I was wondering too, honestly. Which, since there's 2 quick save slots, I can go check anyway. Basically yes, because all I did was go through here. So yeah, we could do it again.
Well, ain't you a sight? You got scrap? Hey, got everything you need?
And actually, what I could do is like save here.
Well, look who's back.
And you do get a different message there.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I'm good.
I'm gonna upgrade the pistols twice because those actually cost ammo to use, so like it makes the ammo more valuable.
Good, Chuck.
Oh, also I'm realizing that, well, it's probably only on the voices really, but I'm realizing that the audio might be a little too loud, so. Oh, what's this? The north exit door must be kept locked until further notice. We're waiting for Sergei's replacement, hoping this time they'll send someone who doesn't spend his days drinking and singing to rats. Thank you for your cooperation. Guess what? The game froze. I wish I were kidding. I wish they chose a developer that doesn't spend their days drinking and singing to rats. I managed to bypass the loud noises this time. Alright, I think this was before I used the,
Well, look who's back.
Oh, wait, no.
Got everything you need?
It was after. Okay. And of course, there's scrap on both sides, too. Yeah, see, all you had to do was, like, let me press space. Really shouldn't be that hard. Meanwhile, what did that switch do? There were no doors in here. But presumably it had something to do with the north door. Was it that one? That was... Oh, that's true. There was the red door. But I seriously don't know what that switch did. Was there anywhere else that had a locked door before? Not that I'm seeing. Yeah, I know, right? And every time that, like, the game eats an input, I also assume it froze. What is that? Handbook obtained. That just straight up gives you a skill point. Okay. I have been... Wait! That's why. Oh my god. There's nothing here conveying that, is it? Oh no, you know what? Alright, I just did not notice that last time. I thought I was logged out of these completely arbitrarily last time, and I didn't notice that the cost to unlock is 2 SP. And also my head was probably covering it, so people watching probably didn't realize it either. So I can get these, which means I'm immediately getting that. And now I only have 1 SP. That also costs 2 SP. Okay. Sure, we'll increase morale again. Alright, so now I actually have, like, more damage resistance. Got guns. Sure seems like they're setting up for a boss. I work here. The rats and I are happy here. Go away. It's really sad that the first thing I think of with that is you could put that to an old Linkin Park song that was made before it was known that members of Linkin Park are pieces of shit. Because let's look at the message again. The rats and I are happy here. Go away. That cadence works. I'm not gonna try to scream it. And I mean, this guy probably needs a place for his head, so... I'm surprised that worked. And now we can one-shot rats with a single shot from that range. Right, so I upgraded the pistols. I did not upgrade the shotgun, and also now I actually have more pistol ammo. And of course that missed. What was with that noise? Is this a special guy? Is this an elite? I hear multiple of them, don't I? Yeah, so that's an elite. Plague. Release an intoxicating miasma, which means I probably want those on. How did... I didn't see him do the... Oh, shit. I was like, who the hell hit me? Oh, yeah, well, I guess we have that now. I'm gonna need to heal, too. I should have healed first. Now might be a time to, use a large one, actually. Which I was full up, so... Why is the miasma still doing damage to me? I guess the miasma does damage even if I'm not... Like... Shouldn't I have had prevention of that because I took the intoxication pills? The anti-intoxication pills? That's a lot of stuff. Use one of those, and then, yeah, we immediately pick it up. Alright, so that wasn't so much a boss as it was a heavier than usual enemy fight. so let's save. Oh. Black Phillip. Well, he's dead. Okay. Hey, Mike. You like Chester's voice, the rest of the band wasn't your thing? Yeah, I mean, well, I guess we'll never know if Chester had any negatives about him, but Mike Shinoda turned out to be a crypto bro. And I'm pretty sure their new singer, who basically fills in Chester's spot, is somewhat unsavory as well, or has unsavory ties. Like, her partner, her boyfriend is a known abuser or something. I forget if it's boyfriend or husband, but I think it might be the former. So, does that take me backwards or forwards? Oh, hello. Another NPC.
Ooh, a patient. Well, hello there. I found these scrubs, so that means I'm a doctor now. Do you need, medical attention? And do you have any money?
So, not really a doctor, just looks like a doctor? I mean... Or just claims to be a doctor? We've got a few of those in our current country's administration.
Oh, you came back. Great.
I mean... I only just got here, but... So, you can restore 35%, or you can full restore for twice that. So, this also uses your gold, 20% of your HP, morale, and TP. Fully restore everything, but that actually does cost more than twice that. But that's a 20%, so, like, yeah. If you've got the money to do a full restore, then do a full restore, basically.
Oof. Hope he comes back. I need the money.
God damn it. And they gave me a free medkit as well. But yeah, basically beyond the first level of the game, I've been doing absolutely fine on balance on normal difficulty, I think. But things did get a little hairy there. I nearly died. It would be cool if you could also buy consumables from him, like, you know, the different size medkits and whatnot. Let's drink together. Let's sing together. Let's burn together. That's probably where the... Yeah, the portal is probably taking us to the actual boss. But hey, there's more stuff first. There's 2 extra medkits here? Jeez, dude. I'm confused. Weren't there 2 of them floating there, but I only had room for 1? But both of them disappeared? That kind of seems like a bug. Alright, where was the portal? Wait, are there still, like, multiple ways I didn't go? Yeah, I guess so. I wonder if those things can charge. I kind of don't want to find out. It wouldn't even let me drink the beer earlier, so I can't possibly be drunk. Why am I missing every time? Yeah, he can just... He has a melee, or rather a ranged attack, too, because he didn't move. But he hit me from that distance. I opened the chest. Okay. Oh. So if there's stuff you can't pick up, it will actually, like, put it out here. I had been wondering that. That might have been what caused the stacking earlier, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, and so the doctor has the cross icon. Where were the other NPCs? Because I'm sure that, yeah, like I think there's the gun icon down there. Alright, where was the portal, though? It had to be down here, right? Yeah. Alright, save. In case we die or the game freezes. Like, either we're gonna die or the game is. They're giving me everything here. Is this suddenly a Souls-like where we have to walk through the fog? Where am I on the map right now? Okay, we're down in the bottom left. So does this actually just take us back? Yeah, it does actually take us back. Yeah, you can't enlarge the map, unfortunately. I thought maybe they would hide something there. Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah, there's nothing to interact with there. Alright, here we go, I guess. Oh, you actually have to press space.
Ты кто такой?
Hey, who the hell are you? Well, we found Sergey. And also, there's enemies everywhere.
Тебе тут не место. На, выпей.
Oh, I seem to be on fire. I don't know if there are puddles anywhere, so it's really hard to see. There is a puddle right there.
Тебе тут не место. Тебе тут не место.
Hi.
Убейте его, друзья мои.
Well, he's right there now.
На, выпей.
Drink this. Clearly I should use like the haste things here, right?
На, выпей. Ую, гори. Оставь нас в покое.
Why can't I hit you? You're right here.
Оставь нас в покое. На, выпей.
The aim shot can't hit him in the head even though he has a head? That's weird.
Ую, на, выпей.
It's ridiculous how bad. Like, he must just have, like, really high dodge.
Ую, гори. Крысам со мной хорошо.
He also is not doing much damage to me, though, so...
Ую, гори.
Or, well, okay, no, sometimes he is, but he can't burn me anymore, so there's that.
Ую. Ую.
There we go. Boss slain. And we gotta level up. Alright, let's save in case the game decides to die again. There's still rats. So the rats don't go away just because you killed the boss. But yeah, I guess he was throwing Molotovs. Oh, can you actually go back? Nope. You can't use this passage in this direction. Okay. Alright, where was the... The map disappeared, dude. How do I leave? Oh, there it is. Right. Again, I saw this door, but the map didn't record the door. Another skill point. There's the end of the level, and you can warp back. Okay, and that goes there. Yep, okay. Where was the door? Let's see. I missed some enemies, I missed some secrets. I got low tech again. And that is the end of the demo, that's what I figured. That's loud. Thank you for playing the demo of Dungeons of Dusk. Still to come on the full version, 25 plus levels, 8 unique chapters, 4 game modes, custom maps, and more. The custom maps could be interesting. Are you worthy? think the better question is the game worthy? Are the developers worthy? Because I'm not sure they are. Especially with how many times the game froze on me within a 40-minute time span today. So, I already rattled through, things that could stand improvement, and Bobo and I were talking about how, like, yeah, this doesn't feel like the most compelling dungeon crawler or the most polished dungeon crawler, and it feels like this dev should, like, learn some lessons from their previous games. So, is it okay? Yeah. Could it be better? Very. But that's Dungeons & Dusk.